hope traders and investors alike were green yesterday. I'd like to take a minute and talk about a few things. Crude down a little. Natural gas is still down due to the fire we talked about in the recap video last night. Bitcoin's up a little bit. Nothing overly interesting in the SPY option flow. A little bearish, but no big signals. Now the IWM, after examining quite a bit of flow on it, putting the filters to only pick up what's over 1 million. Once again, we found some big. They seem to have took yesterday off, or the day before. But yesterday we had 6 big orders come in over 1 million. 5 of those orders are set for 715, 179, hitting that strike again. And these 5 orders equal up to be 12.2 million now. The IWM consists of a lot of medium cap stocks that there's a lot of stocks in there that we like to trade, or banks are in there. There's a lot of good stocks in there that we like to trade. As for dark pool, we've been seeing a lot of dark pools coming in for energy names. I just want to mention that XOP had a late. XOP is it's in the energy sector. It's an ETF. Had a late dark pool come in after 6 p.m. last night. That was over 33 million bucks, 200,000 shares. Just something to keep an eye on. Gas prices are soaring, so energy stocks are following crude. Crude's pushing. Energy stocks are pushing. Just something to keep an eye on. We talk about energy stocks all the time here at Trading Catalyst. We're trading them all the time. We follow commodities. We don't just the SPY pays the bills, but we trade a lot of other stuff. We follow the commodities. Amazon picked up some dark pools last night as well. Again, it's been getting a lot of dark pool. The night before, we had the day before, we had over 1 million come in, over 1 billion come in on Amazon. And I'm seeing some stuff coming in that came in yesterday and 5:45 last night Eastern time. So Amazon once again will be on the radar. Let's go over some charts here. So we have AMC. We did push up yesterday, got back above both the 9 and 20. So we are the next target. If we do push here, the target is still the 50. If we push, we have to knock this down. I would draw a new line right through here, come right across the top of that candle, and I would watch that level just to keep an eye on it. You may not get a reaction at all. There may be a reaction there. So if you're day trading, you need to know about these levels. You need to have them on your radar, because if you're day trading, if you get a reaction there, you need to know about it up before you get there. That way you're prepared for decision making at that point. So you can see yesterday we did push up nicely, but we did give half the candle back. Still a decent candle. This is the put to call ratio. We had pushed back to the bearish zone. Now we are right back to the neutral zone, and actually a lot of traders neutral zones back here at the 97, 99 area. Mine's the 92, so we actually hit my neutral zone. This is the NASDAQ. This is the McLaren oscillator for the NASDAQ. We are now at 192. Remember, over 200 is hot, very overbought. 192 is still a little overbought. Much better. So we had a nice cool off. Maybe we can push on some of this today. The New York Stock Exchange down to 98. Very nice. This is exactly where we want to be. Well, we could be, in the middle there, but this is a lot better than where we were. The US dollar is still trying to grind up. This 20 here is actually resistance. If we take this 20 out, the dollar can probably push. That will put pressure on the stock market. So that's actually not a good thing. The MACD looks like it really wants to reverse here. You can see the momentum leaving out of the histogram. The bearish momentum. The VIX, we've been calling for UVXY puts since here. So if you had played any of this, if you have caught any of this, congratulations. Here we said we needed to break down. That's exactly what happened. We broke below it. Now we're putting in a little base down here. The 9's catching up. See if we can continue to pull back. The VIX is, it's like a fear gauge. So it pulling back is letting us know that there's less and less fear in the market. So this selling that we're seeing is just basically a controlled sell. It's not a fear sell, sell, sell. I got to get out of the market. It's just a controlled sell. Low volume, low momentum days. The algos, we've been trading against the algos. We talk about that in the Discord. We do realize that the algos are there, so we don't use it for excuses when we lose. You have to build your edge around the situation of the market and the market itself. And part of that is understanding that there is times that you're trading against algos. Apple, after Tuesday's really nice candle that a lot of people running in bought calls on. If they didn't sell them at open yesterday, they would have taken a beating. We traded Apple yesterday once. AbbVie, nice push up yesterday. Got up in this little channel here. So keep an eye on this. We're still overall bearish on AbbVie. Just thinking that it's probably putting in a lower high right now. So watch the 147.75 for support. And I need to get another price tag. Been running a little behind on this chart because this is one that it's been moving, but it's not one we've been doing a whole lot of day trading with. Just to get an idea. So watch this 149.53. Yesterday's basically, that's probably not exactly right for yesterday's high without zooming in there. But keep an eye on yesterday's high. If you can take out yesterday's high, you're bullish. Watch your yesterday's low. You take out yesterday's low, you're bearish. If you do, you want to watch this level right here. Make sure you're watching, well, basically yesterday's low. So if you take that out, you would be bearish. I need to get some tags and I'll get the chart updated so I can see the prices better. But you can see here, this was a lower high. That's probably what we're putting in here. Another candle or two will give us a better idea. So MACD has been waffling around here. It is trying to cross bullish, but you can see when it crossed, it hasn't really, it's been trying to cross and give us a push and hasn't really done anything. So there's just no momentum in the stock right now. Bad earnings, lawsuit, unexpected expenses. AMD, very, very weak yesterday. Watch this MACD. MACD's closing up again. Very weak yesterday. They did not like the semis yesterday. All right, this is AFRM. AFRM has formed a diamond, which is a bearish pattern. We've been looking at AFRM in a bearish mindset the last few days anyway. So basically, we pushed up and put in a new high. We've pulled back to put in, this is where you want to put in a higher low. And at this point, we're breaking below the previous high. So this was a low, this was a high, this was a low, this was a high. Naturally, you would want to come down, put a low in here, and then push up. Right now, we have broken below the previous high. So that is even more bearish for AFRM. Apple's payments. Let's see, Apple came out yesterday and said that they were going to use basically in-house to start accepting their payments, which was bearish on the buy now, pay later space. So this is AFRM's 15-minute. You can see we found support down here. So that's the area to look for today. If we can take that out, look to be bearish on the stock. Definitely watch this area. I need to get a tag on that. If we do decide to push, watch, yesterday's high. Watch this first break. So you had your high, come down and built a little base here. Watch that level of that base there to take out. If you can take that out, be bullish until you get to the high. See what happens there. AMC's 15-minute chart. You can draw a trend line right on this. Do apologize, phone alarm's going off. You can draw a trend line right on this. Looks like it's coming back respecting that trend now. Let's do that real quick, just to give us an idea of where we may head today. There's never no guarantee, but you can see we're right there. If you adjust that line, stay right on that wick. We're still touching the wick. So that could be an idea of where we're going to start today. Below that line, you're bearish. Above that line, you could be bullish. You can draw a second line. Last time we put AMC inside of a small channel like this, it broke out, which is right here. We were trading in this channel and we busted through it. See what happens today. We could pull back. We could go either way. We're definitely testing the bottom of it right here. Save this. Need to start getting through these charts. I don't want to hold you guys up in the morning. AMD, very weak as we mentioned. You can see where it pulled back, tested a support level, pushed back up, it's heading back for this resistance level. Still not sure what it's doing now. Definitely still weak. There was some news on it yesterday. We couldn't pick the news up. I did pick up where somebody was preparing a statement, and other than that, I didn't see the news. But AMD did have something bearish yesterday. I did not get the full details. It gave us the opportunity to trade it. Just hearing that alone gives some members the opportunity to trade it. I believe Pete went in and got a quick 45% off from it, if I'm not mistaken. This is Amazon. Since the split we put this candle in, we said that candle was bearish. We have pulled back. We are back on the 9 now. I think this is where we're seeing them dark pool orders come in. They are seeing the same things we're seeing here. They're seeing this little flagging into the 9. We could push here. It's kind of, play the action. There's so many people trying to guess which direction the markets are going to go. And we're over here, we're talking about discussing it, trying to watch the charts, but we are playing the action and making money daily on daily opportunities. Here's Apple, that nice push. Tuesday, pretty much flat yesterday. It opened strong, had a winning trade inside of that yesterday. Opened strong there and then pulled back the rest of the day. So it's right back on support right now. You can see it testing this support. Things are trying to push up this morning. The SPY opened down just a little and has recovered. Boeing hanging out waiting on this 9. We could definitely push here. Nice flag there. We added a chart as well. We'll get to that in a minute. So you got Boeing nice and flat in here bouncing around, and when it did breach that resistance level, it got snatched back in. I need to see Boeing take this 140 level out, and I wouldn't hurt my feelings to, if I do take a trade on this, if I do get up around the top of these candles, I will be very cautious. I would prefer to see it up above that. Right now, we are in a very tight channel. Price is tight. Big move is probably coming. We just don't know which direction. Cliff, let's go look at the daily real quick. Unfortunately, we talked earlier in the week about how these were starting to look a little bear flaggish and they may possibly break down. We were getting bearish on the metal stocks. Then Tuesday, we had this big candle, got us back above the moving averages, starting to change our view a little bit. Yesterday, slammed back down, back on the 2020 as support. If we lose that 20, then we are bearish on the stock. Again, you can see right now, it's actually gapped down this morning. I'm still viewing it with a bearish mindset. Definitely played the action. Look at that big pullback yesterday. Big pullback. That took back the whole move from Tuesday. That nice move Tuesday, give it all back plus some yesterday. Would have been a nice short to catch, nice put action. CVX, I don't know what to say. I've been, screaming to the world about these energy names, ExxonMobil, CVX, new highs every other day, all-time highs. I mean, we can't buy them for you with your account. You have to press the buy button, guys. Huge push up here yesterday. It give it back, but still, there was money, definitely money to be made there. ExxonMobil, same thing, just a beast. We need to work on them charts. GME ended up pulling back yesterday. It had that nice breakout of that flag right into your Bollinger Bands. Pull back, still bullish right now. Let this 9 catch up. This is a pretty bearish candle because it come down and pierced into your previous candle. Let this 9 catch up and see what happens today. GME, you can see right here, we had a nice push up Tuesday, started to push yesterday, and then we snatched back, and you can see that on the candle on the daily chart. Halliburton, there we go, pushing up. We've been talking about this cut, waiting for it to break out, and we've been grinding on it. Now we are new multi-year high. I'm not sure if that's an all-time high or not. I need to check on that. I know it's a new multi-year high. Very nice push here yesterday. It did give some of it back. A lot of the oil names did pull back yesterday afternoon. Refiners are the place to be right now. SLB, BLO, just they're on fire. EFE is up right now. Tesla's up. Uber's up. SBLK's up. That's the top 4 we have on the scanner. So you have the Qs still waffling around here, waiting on this 9. The 9, we are at the bottom. The 9 is sitting on the bottom of our candle right now. On this chart, let's take a look and see what the 15 minutes doing. You can see how flat it is. So this is support we're holding right now, is that 9. We need to push up here. The market's not going to give us but so many more days to trade sideways like this before we fall back below them moving averages. It's important we stay above that 9. This is TLT. This is a 20-year bond. We drew this bear flag out. We said we were bearish on bonds. It's been pulling back. Now your 9 just crossed over your 20, heading down. MACD's turning bearish. So it's, bonds, puts on bonds would have been the way to go. IWM, you can see the push on Tuesday. Yesterday, held support, come down, tried to take it back, and just dumped. MRO, just another stock that's been really strong. It's slowed down here, resting, taking a breather from some of that big move where it just set new high every day. Facebook, yesterday we did break this downtrend here, so this could be a good thing. We need to keep our eye on this today. Our 50-day, let's see. Yeah, our 50-day is resistance here. We need to keep our eye on that. So if we push again today, we need to keep, remind ourselves, make a note, put a sticky note on your monitor, 203.24 or 50-day resistance on Facebook. This was the trade I should have took yesterday instead of Apple. Both of them traded nicely, but Facebook would have paid more. It does pay more. The options move faster. Respected, we drew this yesterday. This line was already here. I do apologize. I drew this line last night, but you can see this downtrend here. It come back, tested it. When it tested it here yesterday morning in pre-market, that's when it pushed right there. There's MRO. This is the daily chart riding that 9. As long as that stays on 9, buy a dip to the 9, you can do a buy the 9 strategy. Just got to have the right strike for just to protect yourself. Oxy looks like it's gapped down here a little bit this morning, holding support, holding yesterday's low as for support. So that's the area to watch for Oxy. If it loses yesterday's low, if it loses that support, then go bearish. You can see we dip below the 9 here. Will be watching Oxy for an entry here now that it's below that 9. CRM, this is the chart we added. You can see that it did push up. There's your flagpole. We formed a nice little flag here. Holding our gap in fine. The 9's on its way up. We are pushing the outside of the Bollinger Bands. So maybe hopefully another day or two, this will be ready to push. Not saying it can't push today, but it's hanging out, waiting on that 9 to catch up. You can see it's testing this 190 area, 189.52, 190.19. This area right here, we need to break above this to push up. It's a very nice looking chart. So, and this stock has a lot of good range. From 180, that's a $10 move in 2 days right there. That's a nice range. There's plenty of money to be made there with some calls. SoFi, just bearish. It just keeps trending down. Unfortunately, it, struggling with this trend line here, and now it's struggling with all the major moving averages. We're back below everything. MACD's rolling. I see some more downside coming for this. I know a lot of people like this stock. We actually have some holders of this stock in the group. Be careful with your money. Watch this gap. We keep coming down. This gap, we'll go after that gap. Get sucked right into it. The SPY, just chopping around. We have to push. We've been talking about we have to move up out of this area. We have to get above last Thursday's candle and try to push up. This oversold, or overbought rally may not be that big of an overbought rally. I do see more downside. A lot of people calling for bottoms, and I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, did I just guess the bottom?" Right now, I'm trying to remain short-term bullish on the market, and I'm struggling to stay that way. I am longer-term bearish, so I do have a bearish outlook for at least most of the rest of this year. You can see the 9 is resistance on the weekly chart, and this has, this 9 is pulling back. So that is a big spot. We need to watch that 9 on the weekly for resistance. Tesla, traded it yesterday. It's actually up this morning. This thing has moved about 15 bucks. Still not we need to break up out of these areas if we're going to push. Here you go. There's the move up this morning. Watching yesterday's high here. That's the area to watch. If we can break out of yesterday's high, we can definitely push up. I will be watching Tesla today, and we'll be sending out alerts if I take any trades on it. I was unable to alert one trade yesterday. It moved so fast, and it was a scalp type trade. I was just unable to get the alert out in time. Let's get a price on that. So that's the area to watch right there. 145, 145, or 745, 27-ish to 745. UNG, we talked about that gas fire yesterday, that natural gas fire at the Freeport plant. Still, we could see a nice recovery on that today. That's still worth watching. Upstart, we've been talking about how this is possibly a double top, and we were looking at it with a bearish view, and we're still getting this pullback. Breaking this right here would be taking your neckline out, would confirm a small double top there. Whether you want to call it a double top or not, that's a resistance level it is definitely struggling with. So you got Upstart here. We are below this resistance level. Now look for this little, when we pushed up and flagged back in right there, this is your next level of resistance right here. Keep an eye on that. It's right in line with the volume profile. So the support it's sitting on, if we can lose that, see how the volume lightens up in here, there's a good chance we can get an easy move down. Easier move down, you still have to trade responsibly. Wells Fargo, this, as we said yesterday, this 50 is resistance. Now we are below the 9. Watch the 20 for support. See right here, the 44.27-ish level is support. We pushed up, we come down, put in a little bottom right here yesterday, right on that level, pushed up. Keep an eye on the 44.63-ish level right now for support for today. If we take that level out, we're looking for the downside. Watch for 44.27 if we do take the downside out. If we push, I would watch this area right here where you got this gap. That's probably going to be resistance. And if your 200-day is telling you that, so you would want to watch the 200 on the way up on your 15. ExxonMobil daily chart, I don't know what to say other than new highs every day, money, money, money. Then we talked about how it was pulling back yesterday in pre-market and just snatched back. Big move down. That would have paid if anybody caught that from yesterday's video. Congratulations. If you missed this initial pullback and you didn't really understand how to get into it, having this level drawn out would have been your best bet. This level was already there. You can see how we wigged in here and then snatched down. Previous levels are starting to come up on these charts as the charts are moving. This is, once again, here's your support level. We had pre-drawn, gap down yesterday, snatch right down to it. Not sure. I thought I seen it pop up on one of the scanners this morning for a second. So it's not doing anything. It did take a down candle. That's what I seen, was a spike down, spike lower in the session. And we're back to AMC. I hope this helps. Please pay attention to your levels today. Good luck. Happy hunting. Make some money. Protect your capital. Remember, trader discipline is the key to your success in trading. Have a good day and see you in the trading room.